Hello, welcome to Dice Gardens. Today we're in the kitchen making pickles, and I've been doing this style of pickling for about a year. I just thought I would show you how I do it. There's a lot of ways to make pickles. I'm not saying this is the best way. This is just a way that I like. So these are actually more like a fermented pickle, which means that salt is basically doing most of the work, and I do put just a little splash of vinegar in there. So this is one that I did about 3 days ago. I find that out on the counter at room temperature, about 3 or 4 days, I start eating them. And then if you put them in the fridge, I eat them up within a couple weeks. And one nice thing about this is if you have a really good tight lid, you can just flip it upside down once in a while like that. I don't actually have a weight in this one anymore. I think the weights are really important in the beginning of the process. So I slice up my cucumber. I'm using English cucumber for this one. I like the English cucumbers. I don't know what to call them, I guess just like plain cucumber. Those are my least favorite so far. It's not like I've tried all the varieties out there, but I don't recommend using those. They just get too squishy. And I could tell just when I ate one of these, the skin has a nice snap already. So, trying to keep this short. I slice them, generously salt and pepper them because the salt is doing all the work. Sorry, the camera's just a little shaky here. I'm trying to hold it as still as I can, but the important thing for this video is the process and the basics of the recipe. So if you want to get technical, you're supposed to use, I think, 2 to 3% salt. You can weigh it if you want to. I generously salt and pepper it to the point where eating one of those would be a little intense. And I just have pink Himalayan salt and some black kind of mixed peppercorn there. That's what I use. Alright, so these have been salted and peppered. Get them in the jar like so. Usually I end up doing 2. Seems like this was like a, 12-inch or so English cucumber, just to kind of give you an idea. It makes 2 of these standard wide mouth mason jar size that work well with these weights. Sorry, it's a little dark in the corner there. There we go. Okay, this is gonna be pretty full. I think it'll work out, but I might have gone just a little bit full on that. So, next, use what vinegar you like, I guess. This is what I typically use. Can't turn it all the way around there. Just white vinegar. Sometimes you can find one that says like for pickling or like, use what you want. Do a little research on it. So I put a little splash of vinegar. Then, and again, I'm sorry the camera's kind of all over the place. Maybe next time I need to buy a stand or put it on a stand or something. Then, take my water, which has been run through a charcoal filter, because it's just our tap water, and it does have a little bit of a chlorine taste. And they say you don't want that chlorine in your pickles, so fill it up. Notice how I got it in this old bread pan here. That catches the spills because it does spill and run over a little bit here in the beginning. Then you take your weight, set it on top. See how it's gonna overflow a little bit, and that's okay. The important thing here is you're keeping your ferments submerged in the liquid. And what I've noticed is after 24 hours or so, these will just kind of naturally, it seems like, go down a little bit. They're really firm in the beginning. So that's basically it. Darn, this turned into about a 5-minute video. I was trying to keep it kind of short and sweet for you. But that will sit on the counter out of sunlight, direct sunlight, for 2 or 3 days. It'll kind of start to smell like pickles. You know it's ready, and then just try one. Obviously, the longer you leave it on the counter, the more pickly it's going to get. And when you put it in the fridge, it really slows down that pickling process, the fermenting process going on. Fermented foods are supposed to have a lot of benefits for you, health benefits. And I just like how simple it is. I don't have to boil anything. I don't have to can or jar or any of that extra setup. I mean, you saw it. I sliced a cucumber, salt and pepper. Oh, I like to buy fresh dill or grow it if I can, but so my recipe is fresh dill. There's a big chunk of that down the bottom, some garlic, some onion, salt and pepper. Sometimes I put a little sugar in there. I like to make them spicy. This batch I didn't because my wife doesn't like them quite so spicy. But I love putting jalapenos and red pepper flakes in there too. I think that's the gist of it. Just kind of shows you the process, gives you a real quick overview of my recipe. And there are a billion recipes out there. So find what you like, take what you want from this, and if you end up making some pickles or you have some pickling tips and tricks, I'd love to hear from you. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. See you next time.